Welcome back. Our first guest tonight is an Emmy-nominated comedian, producer, and actor. You know from his work on the animated series Big Mouth and Oh Hello on Broadway, as well as films such as Don't Worry, Darling and the Sing franchise. He returns to the stage in All In, a comedy about love, which is playing at the Hudson Theater. Please welcome back to the show our friend Nick Kroll, everybody.
Hey!
Look who's back on Broadway.
Right back where we started, baby. We did Oh Hello 8 years ago.
Yep.
Trump had just been elected.
Yep.
And boy, things have changed. I guess the big difference is like just a real sense of complacency now.
Yeah. Yeah, 8 years ago there was like, we're gonna fight.
Resist.
And now it's like, just come enjoy the show.
Roll over. Here's my belly. Give it a scratch or punt me. Whatever you want to do.
Now, you've obviously been on stage. Oh, hello. You've done this now for about a week. You've noticed some audience members will doze off.
Oh yeah. People love to come to Broadway shows and fall asleep.
Yep.
It's cold in New York right now.
Yeah.
You get into that warm theater. We tell some real cute, cozy stories, and people fall asleep.
Yeah.
I have zero problem with it, mainly because I fall asleep all the time. Every show I've ever seen.
Really?
Yes.
So that not even the high quality.
Like Springsteen, by the way, it's high quality. You're like, even like, not your show, but like even the...
I think, you know what? If I was your therapist right now, I'd be like, why did you go right there, Nick?
Yeah, well, all right, let's get into it.
Nick, I feel like, don't...
This is how I... This is how I talk to my therapist, and also how I roll over for the next Trump presidency. Yeah. Just like... because the short answer is because I know I'm a piece of...
All right, so talk to me. What are the greatest you've slept through?
I've definitely fell asleep during Springsteen on Broadway.
One of the best things I've ever seen live.
Yes, absolutely.
One of the hardest tickets to possibly ever get.
Yeah, I worked every angle to get the ticket. I spent so much money. And about 15 minutes in, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Just pinching my little skins, you know, biting my cheek. I talk to myself through the show. I go, that was a good song. Yeah. Like, I'll say stuff out loud.
So that's enjoyable for the people around you.
Yeah. I'm like an old man, like, oh, look at Bruce. He looks good. I knew he didn't have real jobs. That's what's interesting. And I fall asleep there, but but I fall asleep in movies too, like Transformers.
Yeah.
You know, the
hard to fall asleep.
The Oscar-winning franchise, The Transformers.
It won loudest a bunch of times.
Yeah. But those action sequences do, like when you watch those movies with like a lot of action, like I do like have a seizure, like a... But it's like a snoozer, you know. It's like
oh, you have a sleep sneezer.
I have a sleep sleezer, a sleep sneeze,
a sleezer.
A sleezer. A sleezer is what how I walk around Times Square late at night. A sleezer, you know, just sort of like a.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see me in my show tonight?
You're with some real A-listers up there on stage right now.
Absolutely.
Andrew Rannells.
Andrew Rannells, yes. A dear friend, super talented guy.
Yep.
Saw him in Book of Mormon, fell asleep.
Okay. Well, now hold on. Lin-Manuel.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, American Treasure, wrote Hamilton in the Heights. I saw Hamilton, absolutely passed out.
Aidy Bryant.
Aidy Bryant, star of Shrill, as well as a Saturday Night Live alum. I've never made it through an entire episode of Saturday Night Live. In the studio or at home.
Really?
Yeah. Watching those Hulu clips, boom, out cold.
So even you watch one sketch.
I'm done. If I'm not talking...
It's interesting, again, as your therapist, I'm glad we finally got to the
me-
root of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's caricatures, beautiful characters of everyone, because this has been a sort of rotating cast.
Yes.
There's more great people to come.
Yes.
How did you feel the first time you saw your caricature?
Well, the first draft of my caricature was sent to me. It would have made Joseph Goebbels blush.
Okay.
It was the most... Guys, it's a new era in America, all right?
There we go.
It landed in a...
I mean, this is very handsome,
This
man.
is cute. I'm fine with this. By the way, they laughed at that like it was the anti-Semitic one. You should have seen the first one, folks. It would have made Joseph Goebbels blush. But yes, yeah.
You get to...
Your pencil is
I know.
so sharpened.
It's really sharp.
Do you do that on purpose? Is that your thing?
I do. I mean, I do come in every. Do I come in every morning and say to the interns like, "Hey, proud to be able to cut somebody"? Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I do. Do I say that? Yes, I say.
Yes,
Happy.
and are you the one who sharpens them?
No.
No, you're not.
I'm not.
No, the power. 11 years in, he's finally
I
gotten what he
have
wants.
2 interns come in. One holds a pencil, and then
Yeah.
the other one has to touch it with their finger.
Yeah, and then one holds a pencil, and then you stick your little booty out, and they sharpen the pencil right in your... See, this is the stuff you only know about when you're friends with Sal.
Yeah.
He has little razors in his booty hole that are perfect for sharpening
Yeah,
pencils.
I was not born with them. This is a thing. It's an elective surgery for people who like sharp pencils.
Yeah. But you're in and out. It's an outpatient thing. You're in and out.
That
in
is
a
the
day.
thing. Everybody's like, how many days of work am I going to miss? No days of work.
That's what he told. That's what he told the execs. You're paying for it, but I'll be in on Monday.
This is our good friend Simon Rich.
Yes.
Did you know Simon wrote these stories and they are performed on stage?
Yes. Perfectly said. Simon wrote them. I think a lot of them started as like Shouts and Murmurs piece in the New Yorker from his books. I've known of Simon for a long time because he and Mulaney were writing at SNL together.
Yep.
But he also, what Simon does so well is he takes like the very basic human experiences and then he blows them out in these sort of heightened environments. So it's about 2 pirates who get a stowaway, but really it's about like what it's like to be a young parent and how do you navigate that. And he just does an incredible job of that.
It's a very funny story. You are one of the pirates in this.
I am.
You have done so many voices over the year. Have you done pirate before?
I've never done pirate professionally. I've always had a pirate in my back pocket.
Yeah.
Whenever I run into young teens on dirt bikes, they refer to me as a butt pirate.
Okay.
And so that was something that I was excited to explore.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be a pencil sharpening butt pirate, but I haven't elected to have the procedure yet.
This is a reading of these stories.
Yeah.
It's a stage reading.
Yeah.
But I imagine the more you do it, the more familiar you are with the text.
Yes.
What level of on-off book are you?
But if there's John Mulaney on one side and Richard Kind on the other.
I would say Mulaney, when I saw, almost felt as though he knew it by heart, and Richard never looked up from the page.
Yes. I'm somewhere in the middle between them, which is kind of where I see my general milieu.
Yeah.
Is somewhere between John Mulaney and Richard Kind.
when casting agents are reaching out for that.
Yeah. No, but so I have the script. I will reference it. It's for someone who's like very worried about, you know what? As someone who worries a lot about memorizing lines and knows he's a piece of it's nice to have a script, you know?
Can I say something, Nick? And I need you to hear it.
Uh-huh.
You are on Broadway, and that is a big deal.
Mm-hmm. I gotta say, I really wish there was an audience for my therapy sessions.
It would be good. We should start live therapy.
So
Let's do live therapy.
Oh my God.
Hey everybody, this is Nick Kroll. He's my friend. All In Comedy About Love is playing at the Hudson Theater. We'll be right back with